Hey girl, hey. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It with me, your host, Sean Monet, where I talk about navigating life as a Black girl in her 20s. Today, I'm going to talk about soulmates and why I think I found two of mine already. What is a soulmate? And I'm going to use the description from masterclass.com. A soulmate is someone with whom you share immense compatibility, deep connections forge soulmates, and while people often see soulmates through a rom-com lens as a love story perfect match, soulmates can transcend much more than romantic love. It is possible that your true love, your spouse, or romantic partner is your soulmate, but you can have another or a different soulmate, like a family member, best friend, mentor, or business partner. Okay, story time about how I met one of my soulmates. I met this soulmate back in 2018. 2018 was a very challenging year for me. I was going through a lot of things at home, and we met chatting online. I think we had always been like friends or something, like on social media. And I don't know what it was about this time that we began talking. It was very pure. It wasn't romantic. It wasn't like they were hitting on me or anything, right? It was just like normal, like a friend. But anyways, fast forward to us meeting in person. I remember seeing this person and I was just like, that's my best friend. I don't know why. Like, just meeting this person, I'm just like, dang, like I felt something, but it wasn't like a romantic spark. And keep in mind, this person is a very, 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 very beautiful person. But it wasn't super romantic, like off rip. And we began spending every day together, just about every day together. Playing video games and just enjoying each other's company, working out and all of that good stuff. And that day, that period in time, it blossomed over the years. And this person is like my backbone. We don't have to do anything and like still enjoy each other's company. We could be sitting right next to each other, scrolling on like our phones, or we can be on the phone. We can just talk for hours about a ton of different things. It never felt judgy. It was easy. It was very easy. And this person lifted me up in some really light, dark times. And I think they can say the same thing about me. We were just there for each other. We were that shoulder when we needed to like lean on someone after having a rough day. We were, like each other's like therapists from time to time. I could give them advice and vice versa. And I just feel like overwhelmed with joy whenever they're in my presence. I had an awful day at work like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I remember calling them saying, like, hey, are you busy? Like, do you want some company? And I just sat around them and I didn't say a word, but I ended up telling them, I had a breakdown. I ended up like crying and stuff. And I'm just like, I had a horrible day and I needed to be like in your energy. I just needed to be around this person because they just make me feel so safe and so like secure, and they're always like positive, and I needed a hug from this person. It was great. It's been like some challenging times throughout our friendship where we didn't talk for like a month or two, and most of it was because of me, because the situation itself is kind of like, it's kind of tricky, and I'm not gonna go into detail and explain it, but it's a tricky situation. And at some points I would just like stop talking to this person, right? And I would miss them every single day. Like when we didn't speak, I would fucking cry, because I'm like, you are like, not like my twin flame, but kind of like my twin flame. They're my soulmate. It's like I was missing a piece of myself, because I know that person always had my back and like my best interest, and they would be there for me, like financially, mentally, emotionally. My spine. When I say my spine, that person helped me sit upright and be my best self. And when I was down like in the slums, I love this person so much. I love this person with all of my heart, and I wouldn't trade them for anything in the world. And it's been times where people would ask like, why aren't y'all like together and X, Y, and Z? And I would get in my head about it like, oh, like why aren't we together? Like it would make sense, right? But you don't have to be with everyone that you like. Just because someone is physically attractive and y'all click in X, Y, and Z doesn't mean you have to go to third and fourth base. Like it can just be what it is. And I remember feeling like pressured to, I don't know, solve the riddle, like why are we not together? But I'm like, also I'm stuttering and I'm not gonna edit this out. It is what it is. If it was meant to be, it would have been happened. But I think what we do have is perfect for me, and we both understand it, and people may not get it, but that's nobody else's shit to figure out. I'm gonna get back to my main points really quick. I'm kind of getting some inspo from Masterclass, and here are their 5 signs that you've met your soulmate. It says that you can easily spend time together. Like there should be little to no tension when you spend time with your soulmate. And yeah, like me and this person, we've had disagreements, right? But we've always managed to like work them out like that day. I think it was one time that they got mad at me. Not on like some, oh, I'm not gonna talk to you for a couple of months type shit, but they got mad at me and then talked to me for like a day or two, and I felt horrible. But since that day, we've never had like a big disagreement, and that was in like our first year of like being friends. You care about their well-being. You will want to genuinely support your soulmate's family, career aspirations, and ventures outside your relationship, and they should want the same happiness for you. Again, this situation is very unique, but I support them no matter what. Like their relationship, when they're trying like new things that I may not necessarily be like on board with, I'm still there to support. And I'll let them know like, that doesn't sound right, but you know what? I got your back. I got you. Like if everything fails, crashes, and burns, which I hope doesn't happen, because I love them that much. Like I got you. And this is platonic. You know, the absence of this person will be an immense loss. Like I said, when we didn't talk for like those like few off periods, my heart was like breaking. Like my feelings were hurt. I missed them so much, and I'm like, I never want to experience that pain again. Your self-love increases. You may feel sunnier when spending time with your soulmate. This person should make you feel better about yourself, raising your self-esteem. Similarly, this person should feel safe, comfortable, and celebrated by you as well. I do, man. During the pandemic, I gained so much weight or whatnot. I got my PCOS diagnosis last year, And I gained like a lot of weight, but I just felt like a diamond like in their eyes because they lifted me up time and time again. Like they wanted what was best for me. This person was like my workout partner at one point in time, but because of life and they're not per se. But I mean, who knows? It could still be a thing. But anyways, that's the point. And I celebrate this person as well. I tell this person how much of a gem they are, and how rare of a person they are, and how lucky anyone would be to be in this person's presence, because they're just that amazing to me. They can do no wrong. So that is a story time about one of my soulmates. My other one is my best friend. I love her to death. We done been through some shit, but that's my girl. And when I first met her, I remember saying, oh my God, like, she's so cute, because she has like the cutest nose to me. And she was like apprehensive about me because like my personality, I'm kind of rambunctious. I wouldn't call myself like an extrovert. I'm like an extrovert introvert. Like I can be extroverted in settings where I need to be open, happy-go-lucky, and all of that stuff. But I think she was like taking it back. But after she let her guard down a little bit, we spent a lot of time together. Like a lot of time. Like if I was in her car, she was in my car. We were always going somewhere. When the pandemic hit, we spent every day together. Every day. We both we were in there fucking some food up and having a good time. Like I would cry to her sometimes, but back in the day, she wasn't super sensitive. Like she didn't know how to respond to me and like my emotions, and we were both going through like a growing phase. And I think because we spent so much time like together, that's what made us clash. Like we began to resent each other because we were just going through I'm not saying like growing pains. I don't think that's like the word for it. But when you're in like your early 20s, I mean like my mid 20s at this point, like your early 20s, you're still figuring out who you are, like at your core. Like what are your core values? What do you care about? What do you not care about? And sometimes it doesn't align with the other person, or maybe y'all are just growing at two different paces, and that's when you clash. We fell out over a very yucky situation, and I'm not going to go into detail about that because this is her story too. But I was wrong. I did some fucked up shit. And we didn't speak for 2 years. And in those 2 years, not once was I like, fuck this girl. Like, I ain't trying to talk to her or anything like that. I was hurting, and I spent those 2 years doing some really, really deep character work on myself. I had to learn to be selfless, and I had to learn to listen and, take people like at face value, because I think a lot of the time I mess up when I have my own depiction of how someone should be inside of my head, and that's not who that person is. And I didn't realize how horrible of a thing that was until people start doing that to me. I'm like, I can't do that. But anyways, I missed her so much over those 2 years. And when we finally spoke at our other friend's baby shower, I was nervous, but I was like determined. I remember I journaled about what I would say to her like a couple days or weeks, whatever, beforehand. And I was like prepared. I was prepared to be rejected by her because I know I hurted her. And though she doesn't show like a ton of like emotions or whatever, she felt that because, like I said, that was like, this isn't my soulmate who I'm talking about. Love this girl to bits. And I had essentially betrayed her. And I can do a story time about that when she's here. She can tell like her end of it. But that's a little personal. I don't know. It'll happen at some point, but not now. But yeah, it was. We put in a lot of work. We put in a lot of work, and I feel like now we're at a good space. We will both say things along the lines of, "I'm glad we're getting back to how we used to be," and like I would say, and she would agree that we don't need to go back to how we were. We need to be better because clearly that wasn't it. Like that wasn't working. And we end up in a rough patch because of who we were back then. And it took a lot of time for her to like come around. Like at first, when I would like call her, like after we had a real conversation about the shit that I had like done and the things we both felt during our off time, we weren't really like texting or anything. For a minute. It was like very, very seldom. It took a couple weeks, couple months. But now we're at a good place to where we don't really have our emotions. We have real conversations when we're feeling away. We don't really leave anything unsaid or like off the table because we don't want to sink back into that ditch that we once were in. But just last night, when we hung out, we worked out and went to the liquor store, came back to my place and watched The Bachelor. And that was one of the funnest nights I've had in a minute. Because I'm a simple girl. It doesn't take much to like get me going or to get me excited about things. And she's always been like that type to like make fun out of nothing. And that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of things that I wish like me and my sister did, but because of our home situation, everybody was so eager to get out of the house. She started her family earlier. I can say earlier. I haven't started my family yet, but she started her family a little bit earlier. And we didn't have like that time to do like those like sisterly things without, kids being involved. And I love my nephews to death. That's besides the point. And that's what she is to me. She's like a sister. And just last night when I was writing this episode outline, and I looked at her and I was like, I think you're my soulmate. And she said, well, I've been thought that. I've been thought you were my soulmate. I almost cried. I'm like, oh my God, like, you think so too? Girl, I was in my feelings last night. And I don't know why. I'm not sad, I'm not hurt or bothered by anything, but I was in my feelings. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and I think when you know. I feel like nowadays people are so eager to jump into like friendships and relationships with people who they are essentially like settling for. I'm gonna say that. And it's always that one who got away. Like I said, I don't think all soulmates are like romantic or anything, but I do feel like I lost my train of thought, Lord. I do feel like some people kind of like just like settle instead of finding like a deep connection, like a soulmate. Because I do hope that my partner is like these two amazing people I have in like my life, because it's such a good feeling. It's like it's effortless. I'm not missing out on anything when I'm around these two people. And with my next relationship, I just hope to feel the same way. Effortless. Like we're just doing life together like I am with my other two soulmates. Like I don't know if they'll happen because I think they're rare. But it'd be nice too. It'd be nice too. But yeah, I really value friendships and people way more than I ever had. than I've had in the past. And I hope everyone gets to experience the amount of love and joy I feel when I see these people, because it is truly something special. And like I said, when you know, it's almost impossible to do life without people who really pour into you, people who really, really love you, and fuck with you for the person that you are and not the person who you like put on. Both of these people have seen me cry. They see me like no makeup, looking a mess. They see me when I was like broke and down in the dumps or whatever. And they've also seen me now, in all of my happy glory. And it's great. It's so beautiful. I'm going to work on being more consistent with this. I have a couple more episodes lined up, but I'm just going to talk about things that I want to talk about and things that just resonate with me. Like I'm a normal girl. Nothing crazy happens to me, okay? The worst thing that has like happened to me is getting like my bumper tapped in traffic. Like my life isn't really like climactic right now, and I'm still learning. And what I tell you, it is a journey. It is so hard. But with these two, I know Sean is gonna be AO fucking K. I'm gonna be alright. That's pretty much all I have. If you have a soulmate or you have someone really special like in your life, leave like their names in the comment, or pin a nice sweet note to them. To mine, if you're listening, I love y'all to this. Y'all are my everything, and I'm so glad I get to experience you in this lifetime. And with that being said, with lots of peace and love, thank you for listening. Follow my socials, Sean Monet, on TikTok, and on Instagram is Sean with the 3 N's. I post more on TikTok. I just posted my perm rod takedown. I'm a natural hair girly, so if that piques your interest, head on over to my TikTok and see what I'm up to on there. Yeah, have an amazing week. We lost an hour of sleep, so tuck in early. All right, see ya.